Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving mad and blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Show it up. Whip. Watch the whip. Slam. Hey!
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's got some space here. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Quick pass out to Miller. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Off play action. Newton. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
He's coming, double up. Check. 6 guys.
Now Jones. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
One back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal. He's going to get it running right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a third.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight, all the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll run it with Bell, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Exit, exit. Jim. You're out.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch QB's up. Kill. Shoot.
Here's a 2nd and 7. We've seen a couple of Super Bowls start 2-0. The first score of this game could have very easily been a safety. That was close there.
It was close, and while it didn't happen in this game, it's funny you bring up the Super Bowls because that would have been, what, Super Bowl 46, Giants-Patriots.
You're testing my memory.
And also Super Bowl 48, which was Broncos-Seattle when the snap went over the head of the QB. And guess what? It was 2-zip Seattle right out of the gate.
Check 50. Joker.
Got to be careful here. Backed up this deep on 3rd down. They've got his man complete. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Now, they took a real chance there, throwing deep for.
Yeah, just think about it this way. If you take that shot, which they just did, you're giving those pass rushers an extra chance to get you. Your escape hatch behind you is gone because the end line is there. Yet at the same time, they took the gamble, and boy, did it pay off.
Check 26. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Clifford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Check 24. Let's go.
Throwing again. Clifford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Clifford. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
He's checking.
From the gun, Clifford. That's caught. It's Malone. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? And
that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking at a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 52 by 52. Hey! That's the way.
Throwing on second and long. Newton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Falcons. He goes 55 yards on the punt return. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The first carry for Josh Adams. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
What I need? All day, every day. Gun. Switch gears. What is it?
The shotgun snap for Newton. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That's good for 28 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Newton. Complete to Jones.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey. Check it back. Hey.
Out of the gun, Newton. Steps around, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Check. 51 the mic, boy. 51.
Operating from the gun. Newton dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a 1st. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, Newton. Now he's forced out left. And he's going to keep it here. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. No move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go with Jones. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
20. Look at it. 36. Slam. 20.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and goal. Newton. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Look at me, zipper. Hey, Sam off. Shift. Watch the shift. Now.
Second and 5. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Josh Malone. Third down here.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Bang, 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 bang. Check. Check three. Hit it.
From the gun, Clifford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Switch. Tight dog. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Clifford. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Clifford, he's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? We have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip. Let's go.
From the gun, Clifford. He sets to fire deep. This is caught at the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Josh Malone, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
180!
They'll run it with Jones. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. It's Newton. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
20. 8. Great.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And it's caught. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They come out here in the eye. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal.
Check 9. 8.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try. Newton to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40, 30, the 20, 10, 5. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They run with Bell on first down as he'll get forward for about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hard. Get wide. Watch out. Check. Under 10. 10.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 50.
A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards.
You're out. Sponge. No. Check 99. Check. Ready.
2nd and 3. Complete. Smith has it. A beautiful spin and room to run. A nice pickup there, 18 yards. First down, Falcons. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make someone miss in the open field.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Out. Check 52, 25, check 25. Check down.
Operating from the gun, Clifford. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Here we go. Look, squeeze. Check 3. Hey, Sam on. Slam. Shoot. Deuce. Watch the edge. Hit it.
Back to throw. Clifford.
Check. Crunch.
And this is incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Come on,
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Say. He's checking. Crash. Leo. Bravo. Turn it up. Watch 20.
From the gun, Clifford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the run. Go on. Hey, look, 3. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Box truck. Big gas. Hey, switch gears. Hatchet. Look at me. Door, get it.
Off play action. Clifford. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Check 43. Check. Hey, lock it. Check 4. He's crashing. He's checking.
Looking to throw. Clifford. And finding the tight end Hooper. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Bell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. No. Off. Pilot, 64, reach. Undercoach. Check 13. Check.
Throwing on first down. Clifford. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
That's it. Big hit. Hey, check. Hard. Shit. Go.
Bell. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump-off, but it'll set up 3rd down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Watch the safety creep. Gun.
Operating from the gun. Newton going up top for Miller. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scott Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They fake the give. Newton. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Newton now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Newton. It's complete. It's Miller. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Being chased out left. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Off play action. Newton. And that's complete. It's Watson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. On first down, Newton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Gay's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Double tight. Double tight. Hey, Echo. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Kill, kill, kill. Now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Watch the drop. Rock it. Rock it.
On third down, here's Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and